want to welcome Aubrey Martinson, Executive Director of CultureVerse, where she leads a collaborative team dedicated to bringing unseen art and cultural artifacts to the light of day. For 20 years, Aubrey has worked with individual artists and nonprofit organizations to create exciting programs and events. In addition to her role at CultureVerse, Aubrey is co-founder of Chelsea Alehouse Brewery and serves as a board secretary of the Michigan Brewers Guild. Well, join me in welcoming Aubrey to the stage.
So before I get started, I just have to say a couple things that I've been thinking about. I used to be a really shy kid, and I went into theater when I was in 10th grade in high school. And I went from this shy kid to somebody who would just grab a microphone without anything to say, and I'd figure out what I was saying. So thank you to Jeff and Franny, who were some amazing theater teachers. And I also want to call out the fact that we're sitting in the Michigan Theater in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and buildings might have been built this beautiful, but they don't stay this beautiful. The Michigan Theater Foundation and Russ Collins have done an amazing job of keeping this building gorgeous for generations to come. So thank you, Russ, for all you do. So with that, hi. My name is Aubrey Martinson, and I am the Executive Director of CultureVerse. We are an organization that serves the keepers and curators of culture, art, and knowledge. We help unseen art be seen. We bring hidden collections up from basements and into the light of day. And we bridge the gap between the creator and the viewer. And we use technology as a portal. One of the things I was thinking about when we were building this organization, we started in May of this year, and as we were building this organization, the thing that kept coming up in my mind is that we're tesseracting. If you read A Wrinkle in Time, you can think about there's a little drawing of an ant walking along a line. And then the line that the ant is walking on gets folded. And that is how the ant can time travel from one part to the other. And in so many ways, we're time traveling. We are using technology to remove boundaries like space and time. And we are doing that with our strategic partners at aganworks. aganworks has developed a technology that essentially is like a 3D space that you can invite people into. You can share art, culture, knowledge. You can bring photographs in. You can bring digital scans in of 3D objects. And you can surround them with context, giving your viewers an amazing experience to really help them understand what it is you have to share with the world. And as I'm preparing this presentation, and I've got this starry background all picked out, I realized that there's this moment that I completely forgot about in my life, and it involves the stars. So in some ways, this is a bit of serendipity. And as an organization, we completely embrace serendipity. We love it when plans go well, but we also stay open to opportunities. And the moment I want to take you to is I'm just about to graduate high school. And I am laying on the high school track with my friend. And that's the kind of rebel I am. I am on the track when I'm not supposed to be. And I'm laying there and I'm looking up at the stars and I'm seeing the infinite possibilities above me. Universes, galaxies, things that I will never know about. But I am laying there and I'm seeing them all and I'm feeling that infinite possibility. And as a young person who's about to graduate and go off to do I don't know what, because I've never really had a formal plan, I take things as they come. And so I'm about to step off and open doors that I don't know what's behind them yet. And I'm feeling that infinite possibility of a young person who has her whole life ahead of her, who has so many options. I could be an accountant. I could be a lawyer. I could be an artist. And that feeling is something that I feel every day when I go to work at CultureVerse with my team. The technology we have, the people we could work with, the countless collections that are hidden in basements that we need to help be seen, the artists who deserve a voice. The possibilities are infinite, like the stars in the sky. And then I have a memory that I want to share with you about the importance of the individual voice, and a time when I really understood that. I had an opportunity to speak with poet Edward Hirsch. This was after the Midwest Literary Walk, an event that I helped start in Chelsea. And at the time, I was just an audience member. And Edward had just read this moving poem, and it's 15 lines. It's called Cotton Candy. Look it up. It's brilliant. And it really moved me. And so I decided to buddy up with him that day. He thought I was assigned to him by the event, but I was really just making a new friend. And I confess that I have been an artist. I have been a writer. I write poems in my mind, but I don't write them down. And the reason I told him was I didn't think that what I had to say was important. When I look at all the other stories in the world, the infinite number of stories in the world, why would I need to add mine? And he said to me, look, nobody else on this planet has the experiences that you have. Share your voice. So I still don't write. I actually have written 2 poems, but I will not share them with you. But I take that to heart with me. And yes, I am here talking on a stage to you, but more importantly, what I like to do is not center myself. I like to bring the stories of others to the forefront and help them feel what I felt that day, that your voice is important. And that is what we do with CultureVerse, is we help individual artists, as well as organizations and institutions, bring their stories forward. One of those artists makes work under the name of RCKBNY. We actually have his work on display in person at our physical gallery at 309 South Main Street, and you're all invited to come hang out with us tonight from 5 to 8. If you're watching this in the future, I'm sorry you missed it. It's October 8th, 2021. So this is an example of one of the virtual galleries we can create using the tools developed with our partners at aganworks. And Stefan has just brilliant paintings. They're vibrant. And we are so excited to be able to work with him. And this is his photography. He's not only a talented painter, but he's also a talented photographer. And this is a gallery made by one of my coworkers, Matt Grossman. And you can see how just putting, these works on their own are amazing, but just putting something in a gallery on a wall is so special, and it makes the work just sing. This is something funny. So this is actually this is really silly, but it's really cool. So we have a 3D human scanner in our space at 309 South Main. And again, my coworker Matt, we got him to step in, and my coworker Shanley got him to pose in a funny way. And then my other coworker Brad brought in these ants, which are from a company, I think it's called Scant. They scan ants. So we are bringing these 3D objects into a 3D virtual gallery to really enhance the experience. And we're not only doing this with Matt, we're probably going to do this over and over again because Matt's kind of like our mascot, but we are doing this with the Stearns musical instrument collection. We are scanning instruments to be able to share what is a collection in a basement. It's actually in the old Pfizer building. And we're working with the Bixby collection of marionettes, and we will be scanning marionettes. These are in the basement of Saline City Hall. Nobody can see these collections. And so with that, I just really want to thank you for letting me talk. I haven't necessarily saved a life. I might be doing what I can for climate change. I'm not a pioneer, but what I am is a collector. And bringing these stories to life is what I have the privilege of doing every day. And I invite you along with me. If you know of a collection hiding in a basement, if you know of an artist who deserves to be seen, we would love to know about it, and we would love to work with them. And you can find us in the physical world at 309 South Main in Ann Arbor. And you can find us in the virtual world at cultureverse.org and anywhere. Thank you.